morning, Swamp here. Um, Today's video, I'm going to show you about the dodo bird. What I have in my hands is one that I've tamed in the past. I'll go over how to tame them. They're pretty much an entry-level creature, but they have uses throughout the game. They'll help you out when you're starting your journey. So they're very easy to tame, and I'm going to go over all about that. Wait. Set out to find wild. One of the most common things on the island, the maps as well. Most of the time they're going to spawn. That's where our destination is. On the island. Now, since the dodos are a beginner tame, they do not require much equipment to bring. We'll just park our wyvern here in our dodo hunt. Well, so far, no dodos. There's a triceratops. Of course, now that I have the footage rolling, the dodo is not appearing. But we'll find one. In the meantime, though, I'm playing on a PvE server, but I can tell you that the dodo has its uses in PvP. It's not strong at all, really, combat-wise. I mean, if you raise them and you can level up their health in melee, they could do moderate damage at best or serve as a distraction, but they're kind of pretty much a sacrifice when it comes to PvP. You can attach C4 to them, and then you can throw them, literally throw them into another person's base or drop them from the sky. And when the opponent or one of their dinosaurs attack the dodo, it'll result in an explosion, damaging everything around it. There's also a virus in the game called swamp fever that the dodo is the only dinosaur that can be infected with this disease, and you get it by being bitten by a diseased leech in the swamps. So any player who comes in contact with a diseased leech in PvP will get swamp fever. And if they attack the dodo, if the dodo attacks them, that player will also, it's a very infectious disease. It increases your movement speed, but it decreases all of your other stats by a fair amount. Ooh, you want to stay clear of that Sargo on foot. And he sees us. Oh, he's hot on our tail, so let's sprint it out of here. We'll hop back on the wyvern and find a different beach to comb, since the dodo's proving to be difficult. Dodo's a no call, no show. Alright. If you're new to the game and you're just starting in, the beaches are the best place to spawn. We'll have the least amount of predators. There are the dodos. All I had to do was like go a different direction at the start. Level 15 is low. By the way, this little scorpion here that's called a chibi, it pretty much is just a visual effect that follows me. It grants me 5 extra player levels as I progressively kill alpha dinosaurs. But other than that, it's a cosmetic item. Alright, so what's this dodo here? It's a level 95 dodo. Now, he has a little heart above his name, which means that since it's a male and it has a heart, that means there's a female nearby, and they get a mated boost, which will increase the damage they deal, as well as giving them some resistance, as long as the male and female are within a certain. Sorry, there's a noise outside. Alright, so let's get back and let's get this male level 95 dodo. Now, all you really have to do to effectively knock them out without any equipment is you just punch them. And the higher the melee, the quicker they'll get knocked out. But you also have to keep wary because when a dinosaur's health starts to drop at a low percentage, they get bloody. When they're extremely bloody, that means their health is really low. Alright, so the dodo has been knocked out. It's kind of cruel, but it's kind of funny at the same time. You're just punching these birds. They never aggro onto the player in this way. So now the dodo is unconscious. At this point, you can open up the dino's inventory, and this is where you will feed it food. Now the unconscious bar is pretty much, it'll steadily deplete. That's their torpidity level. When that runs out, the dinosaur will wake up. Thus, any progress that you have in taming it will be canceled, and you'll have to start the whole thing over again. So I brought some narco berries, which were the blackberries. And all you have to do, if you want to keep that bar from going down, you manually give the berries into their inventory. And just as if you would eat the berries yourself on the Xbox, it's the right trigger. You just manually feed them a few berries and it'll increase the torpidity level. Different dinosaurs have quicker torpidity rates. The dodos does drop pretty fast, so if you are taming one under regular rates, then probably about 20 to 30 narco berries will get the job done. And they are herbivores, so all you gotta do is give them, if you don't have the basic kibble, which is a mid-game, you can't make kibble off the start because you're gonna need dinosaur eggs for that. But the berries you can just grab from any of these bushes here. And the purple macho berries, they refill their hunger the best out of all the berries. So just like what I did with the narco berries, I just put the berries in the inventory. Now, instead of manually feeding them, they will automatically eat those majo berries or raw meat or whatever food you're putting in there that the corresponding dinosaur eats. If you manually feed them the other berries, it will not increase their taming percentage at all, and you'll pretty much just be wasting time. So you have to let them eat those on their own. So remember, as to review, you can force feed the narco berries to keep them knocked out. It won't do anything to their hunger. It'll just keep their torpidity level from dropping too low. But all other berries and foods that you're putting in, you have to let them eat it themselves. So it looks like at the rate that he's eating, his taming will get 100%. The taming bar will be 100% before he wakes up. So I don't think we'll have to put any more narco berries in him. Now there's a taming effectiveness level. Right now it's at 84.9%. Taming effectiveness is pretty much when he becomes tamed, he will gain bonus levels. And it tells me if he gets tamed right now, he'll have 39 additional levels. Every time he eats or if he takes damage while unconscious, that taming effectiveness is going to drop. And the lower the taming effectiveness, the less bonus levels he'll get. So when you get to mid to late game and you want to tame stronger dinos, it's very important that you want to keep that taming effectiveness high. Kibble is most of the time going to be the highest food item for the entire roster of dinosaurs. That's why kibble is important, because the dinos will eat less when it's unconscious, meaning you'll get the most maximum bonus levels you can get. Alright, so we have our dodo. It is a girl. Excuse me. It's a boy, so we'll name him... let's name him Doug. We are now have Doug the Dodo. Dodos you can pick up and carry them around if you want to throw them. Just hit the right trigger. Now you can have dinosaurs follow you. They will automatically be following you once they wake up. So he is now mine, and he'll follow all my commands. So let's find the female that was around. I think it was this one. Yep, so she's a level 50. So we will command him to attack her. And I'll show how the dodo combats. Well, looks like the wyvern helped. Wasn't supposed to, so I need to put him on passive so he doesn't do that again. Alright, let's find you a new victim. But yeah, generally you're not really going to want to use dodos to fight other dinosaurs, especially not ones larger than it. They are generally more of a utility used creature. Like if I were to have this dodo fight this turtle up ahead, Carbonemis, he would not survive. Turtles are passive, and well, this is a level 5. You know what? Let's try it out. What's her melee and health? 200, 238. Turtles have high health though. Well, if I see he's losing the fight, I'll intervene. But let's see what happens. As you can see, dodos make excellent swimmers. If I see that he starts getting bloody, oh, he is. Better save him. Alright, so that was just a level 5 turtle. You got him a little, kind of, nah, not really. So he didn't do anything substantial. If I would have kept him in the fight, he would have certainly died. So let's throw him to safety. Oh, he still wants to fight. We're not letting that happen, though. We don't want Doug to die for nothing. So I'll calm him down by telling him to go to this spot. He won't aggro on the turtle anymore unless it hits me. And we'll have to... I will spare the turtle. We'll just get out of here. Alright, let's fly back to base. Now I have seen players, since dodos are very easy to tame and don't require much, I have seen players tame armies of them. And a bunch of dodos at once could prove to be a general threat. But if they're up against something large like this Giga, or even a really good Rex, they're all just gonna get wiped out. Alright, so let's bring our boy home. Let him meet some dodos I already have. Alright, let's shut the door. We don't want any unexpected guests coming in and wreaking havoc. Alright, so Doug meets Snozzo and Trodo. I don't know. I don't know why I name them the names I do sometimes. Now, Trodo is a girl. So Doug has the mate boosted symbol as I talked about earlier. It does work for your own tames as well, having a mate boost. So we're gonna put Snozzo away, so Doug can have some privacy. Throw him in his corresponding pod. Let's give Doug some. After you tame them, oh, he's got plenty of food still. Schroeder needs to eat a little bit, so let's just give her the rest of these berries and she'll eat them. Alright, now let's put her on mating. And let's reward Doug for his bravery. Put him on mating as well. Why are they not mating? Something's wrong here. Oh, there they go. I guess there was server lag or something. So when they're mating, they'll have these pumping hearts above their regular hearts. And then you can check the progress. A male can mate with as many times with any of the females. If I threw out 2 more female dodos, Doug can mate with all of them. Like a pimp daddy dodo. However, the females, once they mate, there's going to be a cooldown timer for the next time they'll be able to mate. One key characteristic of the female dodos is every time they have to poop. Thank you, Doug, for pooping right in front of us as I'm explaining this. So every time a female will poop, she has a 50% chance to lay an unfertilized egg. And that doesn't sound like a major deal, but if you have 5 or 6 female dodos, excuse me, sitting out there who could potentially lay an egg every 5 minutes, that's going to mean that we just got more poop. That's going to mean that you're going to have a steady supply of food. Eggs give a lot of food. And you can use those eggs for basic kibble. That way, when if you want a stronger, you can use that kibble to get more levels from wild dodos or anything else. The app Dodo Dex that I talked about in another video is very important. It's free to download, and that tells you which dinos prefer which kibble. It has the food chart. It has everything, what you need to knock out a dino. It has player reviews, what the dino's good for harvesting. It has all the information you need. Alright, so we got our egg. Pick it up. Now it's a fertilized egg. So like I was talking about with the cooldown earlier, so Trodo cannot mate again for 1 day, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 50 seconds. So she needs a whole day and a half to basically rest. But Doug's ready to go again. If I have any more female dodos, which I do, but I'm not going to bring them all out. I've got like 20 of them. He'd be ready to do this all over again. So he is now part of the family. Since this is not a PvP server, I have no reason to strap a bomb to him. So he's part of my ARK family now. Welcome, Doug. The egg I will put in an incubator. Let's adjust the temperature to what we need it to be. Incubators are late game. You'll get those on Genesis 2. If you have the DLC, they just make egg raising much easier. You don't need campfires or air conditioners if you have this egg incubator. It'll tell you what you're going to get once I have this all set. Drop them at 5. It's not cooperating. So. Come on, man. Alright, so the egg will hatch in 40 minutes. And it looks like Doug's going to be a proud father of a boy. The boy looks ready to be stronger than Trodo. Be level 96. You pretty much have a chance of getting combined stats between the mother and the father. So with Doug having higher stats than Trodo, it looks like his son's going to inherit a lot from his part. That's why his level's going to be higher than what his mother's was. It also has the color regions to how we expect our new baby dodo is going to look like. Let's give this poop to Now, as I said earlier, with the chance for the female dodo to lay an egg, even if she's on a cooldown timer, she still has that 50% chance to lay unfertilized eggs. So right now I'm good with my kibble stock. I have a lot of it in storage, but if I needed kibble, I would have as many of my females laying out around. There's another dino in the game called the Oviraptor. If you have the Oviraptor at your base, it actually increases the amount of times, the chances that your female dinosaurs will lay an unfertilized egg. So if you're playing and you hear people talk about kibble factories, that's basically what they use to fuel the kibble factories. If you're just starting out, if you're in a pinch, dodos are good for distracting. Most of the time, if you're being attacked by a wild carnivore like a raptor or a carnivores, you can throw the dodo and the dino will aggro onto your tame before they aggro on you. Unless you damage it, then it's going to target the prime source of damage. But most of the time, by throwing the dodo in its path, the dodo will attack it, and then you have a small amount of window to escape for your life. You'll be sacrificing the dodo because, as we saw, Doug couldn't even take on a level 5 turtle. The dodo's not going to survive. So if you don't want to lose your dodo, don't bring them out on adventures with you. They're pretty much stay-at-home moms offering you their eggs. If you have a bunch of them out, they are very vocal. You'll hear their little dodo clucks or chirps, whatever you want to call them. And that pretty much it. That pretty much summarizes all the uses. Oh, real quick, if you need hide, they're a good source of hide, because you're gonna need hide for like armor, saddles. Saddles are the main like source of ingredients for hide. Killing the wild dodos will give you a small amount, but like I said, they are pretty much harmless. Like if we went to go attack a dodo, it would not fight back, it would run away. The only time a dodo will attack you is if you're playing PvP and it belongs to another player, or if you consume a rare flower. The rare flower will pretty much make everything in the radius aggro on you, regardless of its temperament. If the babies, when they're hatched, you can raise them till about once they hit juvenile stage. At their juvenile stage, you could kill them and harvest them. They will give prime meat, which is prime meat is better than raw meat, but it has a very quick spoiling time. The prime meat's good for higher grades of kibble, or it's a better food item to feed carnivores that you're taming. It gives them much more food than a slice of regular raw meat. So that would be it for the dodo. That's pretty much all the uses that I explained. That's all I really use them for. So if I were to grade the dodo on A being excellent to F being a useless dino, I would go ahead and give them a D. Mainly because that's what they start with. That's the letter of the name. They're all about D, dodo. D's in the name. So many D's jokes. Anyways, not good for combat. Generally just for utility, beginning, good source of raw meat, good source of hide. Could be a throwaway, getaway plan. PvP, pretty much meat shields, walking bombs, biowarfare. But there are a lot better options when you get to those levels. But as I said before, a good utility tame to have starting out, but once you get to the mid to late game, their usefulness just kind of fall off. And I know people do fun things like they'll have dodo races or dodo dog fights. They are a very iconic animal, just because of how dumb but cute. They have that whole atmosphere about them. But overall, yeah, they'll get a D on the Dodo report, on the ARC report card for tames. So if you have any other questions or have any stories to share of what you've used Dodos for, feel free to let me know in the comment section. And if you like the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. This is King Swamp signing off, and have a good day. Happy arcing.